Trinidad and Tobago. Welcome to another edition of Scoreboard here on ACTN. It's always a pleasure every Tuesday evening where we come into your home and we talk sports. I would like to introduce you tonight to the newly elected president of the Trinidad and Tobago Rugby Football Union, Maria Thomas. Maria, from time to time, you have seen her on this program, and you know Scoreboard is, I'm not going to make any bones about it, Scoreboard is a loyal supporter of rugby in Trinidad and Tobago. And I first of all want to say a big hearty congratulations to Maria and her executives for being the newly elected and will be running the sport for a period of 2 years. I think it's 2 years is the term. So Maria, welcome to Scoreboard, and again, congratulations.
Thank you very much, George. I'm very pleased to be here, and I do thank Scoreboard for the platform that we've had to share rugby, and particularly in the environment we have now, I'm looking forward to sharing a lot more rugby and getting it into everyone's home so they can have the experience that we have and understand how we love this sport so much.
Well, Maria, you are now the elected president, and also we have Don Sucre, who is the vice president, Rochelle Tracy Pantin, the honorary secretary, Curtis Nero, honorary treasurer, and Kenwin Davis, assistant secretary and treasurer. And again, congratulations to the entire executive. Maria, how was this campaigning for you, and now being elected the first woman to lead the union? How and when do you and your executive hit the ground and you want to start running?
So I believe that we have already hit the ground and we are running. This started even before we began the process of, completing the election at the AGM. This is because we've seen such a great development within the community through the engagement of members, athletes, referees, coaches, administration of clubs. It's really inspiring to see how much the community has stepped up to engage in creating the rugby and putting in the effort, especially in this time where so much is changing so quickly, to see the results that we want to see and to invest in the future. So the new executive, I'm very pleased, is a diverse executive. We have different age groups. We have continuity through Curtis Nero, who has remained with us as the treasurer, as well as working with the secretariat, who have been a consistent force throughout this period for receiving and sending out communication. We are looking forward to finding a new path through this term, which will actually be 1 year for the positions of president and vice president, and it will be the regular 2-year terms for the other positions. The AGM was not held in 2020, so therefore we are resetting the process so that moving forward we will fall back into place as per our constitution.
I know you always talk highly about the last executive and what they have done. Any message that you would like to send to them today?
I want to thank the past executive because they have played such an important role in shaping me as an individual and as a leader. But more than me alone on a personal level, they've played a role in shaping the community of which I am a part in rugby in Trinidad and Tobago. And this affects so many lives, and so many of us are anxious to engage and find a way forward to continue to have the camaraderie that we've come to expect from rugby, both on and off the pitch. And I'm really grateful that I had such examples that I could follow, things that I could learn from, so I could develop as an individual and to be able to take on this position now.
With all the COVID restrictions and everything in place, you all had the AGM via Zoom. How was it yesterday for you?
Yes, we had the AGM via Zoom. It was run very well. It was smooth, it was efficient. I would like to thank the Secretariat in particular for making sure that everything was taken care of and for hosting the Zoom. It was definitely a good experience for me in being able to see everyone come together from the management. Sometimes meeting in person, even without the restrictions of COVID-19, it is hard to have the representation from all of the members. And for this AGM, everyone was present and accounted for.
Looking at the road ahead, what are some of the initiatives you all plan to tackle first, and especially in this COVID time where everything is at a standstill, there's no sport, anything play? How do you all intend to go forward, and keep the sport of rugby alive?
One of the things we can still do is communicate. So through communication and transparent communication, we can stay engaged with the community. This is something that we are really looking forward to doing as we move forward in rugby and in the media platforms that we can use to reach all of our members.
Also, being the first woman elected, do you see this as additional pressure on you to make sure that, all that you have said in the past and done happens?
In any position of leadership, it is a great responsibility. You must be accountable. You must act with integrity and keep in mind the interests of the entire community. This is what I intend to do, and this is what I have been asked to do. I'm inspired in this role, and I am so grateful to the community. There's no greater motivating factor than knowing that people are putting their faith in you and supporting you so that together you can reach the goals that are best for the community.
I recently did a show and I had yourself and your vice president and a couple of the nominees who were successful on the program. If I'm to ask you, what are some of the strengths that you have seen that you are satisfied with, that you can work with this executive? What are some of the strengths that you have seen with these people that you are confident that for the next 2 years you could take rugby further?
The confidence comes from seeing how everyone campaigned and kept the communication lines open. So all of the nominees have stepped forward, they offered their services, they volunteered their time, and they have a vision for rugby to move forward through 2021 and into the future, no matter what circumstances we need to deal with. So I'm inspired by the quality of candidates, the expertise within those candidates, and the diversity that they represent throughout our community of rugby in Trinidad and Tobago. I'm confident that as a team, we will be successful working with the management committee and the community, because the individuals who were successful in this election, I think one of the contributing factors is that they are people who do a lot of work behind the scenes. So they are people that keep in contact, they get new ideas to make sure that people can stay involved. They help with the administration, organizing teams, community events. And I think that the work that they have already put in is what spoke for them coming into this election. And I'm really looking forward to working together to continue to do that work.
I know that there are a number of persons who have worked behind the scenes, to really help you all and get this thing to where it is today. Who are some of the persons that, sometimes go unnoticed that you would like to mention now?
Our secretariat does an immense amount of work, making sure that, we're meeting our deadlines, that we're getting the communication that we need, orchestrating the communication from the membership, as well as the input that we have as an executive. The management of each of the clubs and affiliate bodies, they do an enormous amount of work, and they have been working to hold their clubs together and to maintain that camaraderie and connection that they have within their club. They've also organized through this election progress, being able to communicate with their membership and to really function in a way that is positive and shows that we are moving forward in our governance structures.
Have you and the new executive had a chance to meet and discuss your plans going forward?
Well, we've been meeting virtually, and this is an example, as we're going to hear from the newly elected executives in this program. So it's new ground for everyone, and we've definitely been in contact, having conversations via virtual platforms. This is another one of those things, and we're looking forward to finding innovative ways to stay connected and really spread the energy that we want to feel from rugby and that our community is asking us for.
What feedback have you received as yet after your elections yesterday? You especially as the president, what sort of feedback you have gathered so far?
The feedback has been immensely positive. Thank you to everyone who has reached out to me. It is incredible to know that there is so much support from throughout Trinidad and Tobago and even the world. It gives me confidence that we are going to be able to implement the things that we want to see moving forward. And it definitely instills in me the responsibility that I have to make sure to fulfill everything that I have said I will do.
Well, viewers, we need to take a break right now, but I'm going to leave you with a voice note and a video from two of the executives. We have Rochelle Tracy Pantin, the Honorary Secretary, and Curtis Nero, the Honorary Treasurer. So we go straight to those two clips now.
Hello, my name is Rochelle. I am honored to be here. I have a special place in my heart for female rugby, as well as continuation or continuity of rugby, succession planning. And I strongly believe that succession planning could only be done with focus on youth rugby. So I am hoping to see some additional work being done in youth rugby again, because we had some strong youth teams, school teams back in the days, but rugby being a sport that a lot of people are afraid of for their children to get involved with, I think we could look at remarketing rugby in a positive light. You know, rugby, I have always heard rugby is a vagabond game played by gentlemen. And it is one of the few sports where after a game we all could hug and have a conversation after. You know, if there's something happening on the field, it ends on the field at the final whistle. And that is something that is so amazing. Rugby teaches discipline, rugby teaches respect, rugby teaches patience. And I think the youths need that right now. You know, rugby teaches family, support, love. And I am hoping that we could continue rugby through schools, through youth rugby. We could continue working on the female arm of rugby in Trinidad and Tobago. And I mean, these are just a few areas. Well, my personal pets, my personal babies that I would love to see continue with rugby. And I need to say thank you. I need to say thank you to all clubs who attended the meeting yesterday. I need to say thank you to all clubs who supported me, even the clubs who did not support me. Thank you. Thank you. And I am anxious and I am eager to work with you guys during this time. Thanks again. Be safe, guys. Thank you.
Hi, good morning to the listening and viewing public. This is Curtis Nero here, Treasurer TTRFU. Interesting day yesterday. I'd like to congratulate my new colleagues, Maria as president, Don Sucre, vice president, Rochelle Tracy Panton, secretary, and Kenwin Davis as assistant secretary treasurer. I'd like to say welcome, and I look forward to working with the team. I'd also like to acknowledge our past team of Colin Peters and Carl Mockett. And Maria would have been there as well, and I look forward to still collaborating with those guys because and others because the work before us and it really involves everyone. I also think that the candidates of the recent elections as of yesterday, by virtue of their own participation, have an interest in working with, and I have an interest in working with them, simply because they have something to offer, and we need all hands on deck. It's not business as usual. We have to be a bit creative, and in order to deal with the times that we're in. So there's a new set of thinking that is required, new systems and processes, and we know that. And we just need to be creative and dedicated to the purpose, and that's what we're here for. We're all here to work for the betterment of rugby. We love the game, and that's what we're dedicated to. So I would like to say thanks for the opportunity to just express these words, and I look forward to what the future brings. After all, it's about the athletes really, and we need to focus on what their needs are and seek to meet those needs. And it's all in the business of building better citizens and holistic people. So I'm about that, and about giving back and making sure that succession is afforded and that sort of thing. So thank you for the opportunity to say something, and I look forward to further collaborations. Thank you very much, and have a good day. Bye.
Welcome back, viewers. Welcome back to Scoreboard on ACTN. There you heard from two members of the newly elected executive of the Trinidad and Tobago Rugby Football Union. And again, our congratulations to them. I'm still joined here by the President, Maria Thomas. Maria, there is COVID. There is nothing happening in the world. Well, I shouldn't say in the world. Let's say in Trinidad right now, pertaining to sports. You have been elected now. How are you going to maintain the presence of the sport of rugby in a time like this where there is nothing playing on the field? Is this period going to make your job harder, or do you have a simple way of continuing the sports via social media or however to keep that interest in the sport?
The environment definitely presents new challenges. However, I have been inspired by all the things that are going on in the community, and they're happening within the safe restrictions that we need to follow. We have clubs who have taken on gardening projects. We have clubs that have taken on farming projects. Those are things that are very important and contribute to Trinidad and Tobago in a very important way. We have clubs that are already using virtual platforms to exercise together, to get their heart rates up and to work on their fitness. There are a number of virtual groups that people are a part of, and those groups, there are really important conversations happening, which is going to contribute to setting up the framework that we need when we return to rugby. I think that our governance structures have definitely strengthened, as I was mentioning before, through the efforts of very dedicated members of our community. We have the appointments of the technical directors and the national technical teams, and as much as we were excited to make that announcement, this is another area where there is a lot of work happening behind the scenes. The framework is being set up, the documents are being prepared, the connections are being made, and so when we can return to play, we are going to be stronger for having taken that time to put down those strong foundations.
Do you feel additional pressure now just by not being able to actually have the sport being played? Because I'm sure leading up to your in your campaign, you know, even before the COVID and everything, you had plans in your head that these are the things that you would like to see happen in the sport. Now it can't happen. Is this additional pressure on you not being able to get these things done?
A major goal is to play more rugby. And in one of the conversations I was having with a member of the community, I was reminded that one of the best things about rugby is that it's a sport that you play on the field, but it's also a sport that continues off the field. The community that we build and the camaraderie that we feel for each other and for rugby players all over the world is something that is going to connect us at this time, even though we are not playing rugby. We have opportunities to revisit games that we've played before. We have opportunities to train and work together, to engage via social media, to revamp and connect all of the social platforms that we have. And I think that's very important. We can increase the image that we have and look at rebranding of rugby. Even though we're not playing rugby, we still have dedicated individuals. Referees, for example, profiling the referees and acknowledging the contribution that they make. We can't play a game unless we have a referee. It's very important. And sometimes they are the unsung heroes within rugby, featuring our coaches, our managers, our administrators. These are all people who can be recognized for the work that they do, and our athletes who have worked so hard. And I must say, I have really drawn so much inspiration from seeing the journeys of athletes who are training at home, they're training on their own. I've seen all kinds of gyms pop up in backyards, and it's really wonderful to see that drive. And that tells me that every piece of work that goes into preparing for a safe return to play is worth it.
What's the first order of business for the executive?
So our communication channels, moving onto a virtual platform, is one of the first things that we can implement that is going to help to connect the community. So we had a successful AGM, and as I said, I'm very pleased with how it was managed by the Secretariat. And using a virtual platform, we will continue to hold our management committee meetings monthly. We will also have the platform for various webinars, which are going to help with the education and even professional development of members of the community. And it will also provide a platform for physical training, and there are a number of programs that we can tap into, and coaches, clubs can use that platform to reach their players and their athletes. Some athletes may have individual programs, you may have joint training sessions that happen on the platform, but that's definitely something that we can implement immediately and that we're looking to get people involved in for participation.
What message would you like to send out there to the rugby fraternity?
I want to say thank you. Thank you for everything that you have put into me and invested in me. I think back to 20 years ago when I was, following my cousin to rugby training, and it's been such an amazing journey that I've had with everyone in this community. I really do credit the person that I have become and am still becoming to you. And I'm very grateful that we're able to keep moving forward together. It's definitely a challenging time. There's a learning curve that we are going to overcome. And thank you for the confidence that you give me and that you give the executive team. We are here to represent you and to facilitate making all of the things that we want to see as a community happen for rugby in Trinidad and Tobago.
Two things I've heard from both yourself and the past president is that rugby needs a home, and also the 100-year celebration for rugby. How are those two things fit in with you presently? Because there isn't any sport playing, so I guess some people will say you have sufficient time now to source the home of rugby and also to plan the 100-year celebration, which is another thing we have to be mindful of because we don't know how long the COVID will be with us, right? So how are you addressing those two situations right now?
These are still priorities of the TTRFU, and there are things we have been working towards. Our past presidents have put in so much time and energy into finding the resources necessary to secure a home for rugby. And the working group for the 100 years is still together and looking forward to the plans and making sure that the plans are things that can stand up no matter what environment we are in next year. One of the things that I think is very important to recognize is the diversity of rugby in Trinidad and Tobago. And while we are seeking a home that we can all call our own, I think it's an opportunity for us to recognize the homes that people have. Even if it isn't a clubhouse, it is still a club, and there is still a culture and an energy and an experience that we can have. So when we return to play, we can take advantage of the diversity in Trinidad and Tobago, and we can have our tours and we can visit with other clubs. And I'm hoping that soon we will have an environment that we can do this safely. And until then, we're going to keep those connections open via virtual platforms.
I know we don't have your full committee here with us, but we're hearing from them via voicemail and videos. But if I'm to ask you, what are the strengths that you have seen in your committee members that you are confident that for the next 2 years you all can really implement and develop all the plans and everything that you have spoke about to take rugby to that next level?
One of the things that I can speak to already is the executive committee's willingness and availability to put in the work. Everyone has been available for conversations, even during the campaign process, working together with all of the other nominees, working together at short notice, making sure that we can answer the questions of the membership. And this demonstrates to me a commitment and a dedication that is going to serve us very well moving forward.
I know we don't have any much time, but I am sure that there are a lot of people out there that you would like to say thank you to, because I'm sure that this is not just a Maria or, the executive, it's a larger body of people that will be looking after rugby as we go forward.
There are so many people to thank. I would like to thank the outgoing executive committee. I have gained so much knowledge and experience from working with you. I want to thank the secretariat and those who remain on the committee, Will Curtis Nero, for that continuity and that security that we know that we are moving from the past into the future, living in the present, but we are not losing any of the positive aspects that we have. It's important that we build on the framework that has been put in place and the incredible history that we have in rugby. And as we have new members of the executive who are looking at different ways to stay connected and to chart a path during COVID-19, I think that we have an excellent combination of skills, of experience, and energy and knowledge that is going to serve us well. And I thank the community again for your engagement. Together, anything is possible.
Well said again, Maria. Congratulations to you and the executive of the Trinidad and Tobago Rugby Football Union. We know that it's not going to be an easy road. It's going to be tough because a lot of the actual sport will not be able to be played, and it's going to make things a little difficult for you all. But I know that you're a strong person. I know that you have spoke highly about the other members of the executive, and I'm confident that you all are going to do your best. So again, congratulations to all of the executive members of the Trinidad and Tobago Football Rugby Union. We are going to be hearing from Don Sucre, the Vice President, and also Kenwin Davis, the Assistant Secretary Treasurer. They shared some remarks with us.
Hi, my name is Don Sucre, newly elected Vice President of the Trinidad and Tobago Rugby Football Union. Yesterday, we held our very first virtual annual general meeting. First, I'd like to thank all of the clubs for making this possible. At this point in time, due to the COVID pandemic, we will be limited to physical meetings, but we're going to take this opportunity to have as many virtual meetings to consult with all of our clubs to get their feedback in how it is we can build our rugby community stronger and better than before. We are going to try to work together with our stakeholders, Ministry of Sport and Ministry of Education. Our hope is that when COVID dies down and we're able to resume face-to-face interaction with each other, we'll be able to have rugby across the island, from primary school to secondary school. We're going to try to hit every single corner as much as possible. Also, to re-establish rugby in our sister island. I'd just like to thank everyone for your continued support, and we can be better together when we unite.
Hi, good morning, George, Maria, everyone here on Scoreboard. First, I want to say thank you for everyone who supported the election. Congratulations to you, Maria, for becoming the first female president of the TTFRU. And Don as well, congratulations to you, Rochelle. Congratulations to everyone on their success in this election. For the last 10 years, I've been on the executive of the Defence Force Rugby Football Club. I only hope that along with my internship has prepared me enough to serve you, the people of Trinidad and Tobago Rugby, to the best of my ability. A wise man once told me to keep an eye on myself. It's amazing how quickly we forget the things we say we would always remember. For me, I think our first order of business should be to find new ways to get everybody back on the field safely, post-COVID, of course, along with finding ways to assist the YDUs that some of them may not be working at this time. These are just two things that I think we should deal with first, and along with I know other people would have their ideas. We can together look at which is the most feasible at this time and find a solution. I would like to urge all the nominees that weren't successful to lend your support where necessary, because this is a joint effort and you may not be tasked on the executive, but you can also assist in many other ways, which would be appreciated. Again, I want to thank everybody that would have supported me. Thanks to you, George, for giving me this opportunity, this platform, to spread my message to the rugby fraternity, just to say thank you. Again, thank you, everyone.
Welcome back, viewers. Welcome back to Scoreboard on ACTN. Before we end the program, I also want to say that we are going to be giving you a flashback. And as you know, Scoreboard and ACTN, we always try to promote the sport of rugby. So we're going back to the DHL Beach Rugby tournament that was held in Miaro some time back. So again, we thank you for staying with us. We hope that you'll continue looking at Scoreboard and being a supporter of this program. And remember, viewers, be safe, follow all protocols, sanitize, social distance, wash your hands. And remember, they talk about God is a Trinity, that gone out the door. COVID is all over the world, and it has no respect for race, for class, for age. It's attacking everyone. So let's be safe and let's stay alive, because I want you here next week with me. Same time, same channel. Be blessed.
We are here in Mayaro at the DHL Rugby Beach Tournament. As you can see, we have a very nice day, not too much sun, not too much cloud. The seawater is right there and we have lots of action on the pitch. We're using beach rugby to reach different areas of Trinidad and Tobago to spread the game of rugby throughout the entire country. We'd like to thank our sponsors, DHL, Rugby America's North, Get Into Rugby, and of course TTRFU for making this possible. The competition today is based on 5-member teams. There may be up to 7 or more players to provide for subs. And the teams come out and we're playing a touch rugby version where they play on the beach, 5 players and touch, not full contact. So it means that the players are required to have a high level of agility and a lot of foresight to see where the game is going to make plays that are going to be productive in the game. It's very difficult in this small space to get through without having full-on tackle and body contact.
I hear we through to the finals, is it right? Yes, we are through to the finals. Just because the way we... Oh my gosh, did you see that, ladies and gentlemen? Ladies and gentlemen, so go on my YouTube page, my Instagram page, Office Foul. That's OFFICE foul.com and vote for Caribs RFC. Hand it over to my captain, my spokeswoman with the best hat. Come in with the nice hat. Maria. You understand? This is a lovely thing. We should have it like 2 times a year. You don't know. You understand? But it brings a love. It brings back a love to the thing. We didn't mind coming so far to the sandy areas and play a little rugby. You know, nice, beautiful woman. As you know. I am married, as you can. She like it, but she didn't put a ring on it because times hard now, boy. But you know, one love and respect.
I'm here at the DHL Beach Rugby Tournament in Mayaro, and I'm here with Benicia Mutu. She is the captain of the newly formed Defense Force Women's Rugby Team. Benicia, can you tell me a little bit about the day you're having so far?
Well, my day is awesome, not only for me, but for my team, because this is our first competition. We're actually playing rugby hands-on. other than training. So today's a good day, and we won all both games thus far.
So as you're a new team, can you tell us a little bit how did you get into rugby and how did you form your team?
Well, actually, I started playing hockey first, and I was there early every day, and hockey players wasn't coming on time, and I saw rugby, which was for police team, used to be punctual and thing, and I got jealous, and I wanted to be a part of it, and I started with police rugby team, and that's how I got into rugby. I like the sport. I always wanted to play, but I didn't have enough bellies, but I got it in police rugby team.
Well, that is amazing, and I love your dedication to the sport and the fact that you understand the importance of being punctual and dedicated to your team. I think you will fare very, very well with those principles. Thank you. We'll be right back after this. I'm here with Jade Husbands. Jade, which team are you playing for today?
Caribs RFC.
Very nice. And you've played already for the day?
Yeah, we did.
How are your results going?
We drew the first game and lost the second game.
All right. And even bigger than the results, how are you feeling playing beach rugby here today?
It's a lot of adrenaline because the pitch isn't as we are accustomed playing in, so we have to push harder every time. But it's great. It's great.
I've been watching some of the games, and I'm seeing it's a really, really fast pace here at the DHL Beach Rugby Tournament in Mayaro. What are your hopes for the remainder of the day?
Hopefully just rock back with the rest of the team and enjoy the rest, because I think the girls' game's almost finished, so we hope to make the best of the evening.
All right, how would you describe the vibes here today?
Electric. It's really fun.
All right, thank you, Jade, and I hope you have fun for the rest of the day.
You too, thanks.
I am here with Mr. Pantor, and he has been an integral part of the organization of this tournament. Could you tell me a little bit about the process of organizing this beach rugby tournament?
All right, so simply we got permission from the MP of the area to have it on the Mayaro beach. They contacted the Ministry of Tourism to give us the authorization for the beach. It's also a way of introducing rugby to a community that does not have it in its normal sporting curriculum.
And how has the response been to the tournament today?
Well, again, we had teams coming as far as Port of Spain, deep as Gasparilla and Marabella, and again, we had a strong turnout from the community. We have 2 teams actually participating for Mayaro.
And I understand that there are also some teams that are having their first matches here, newly formed teams.
Yes, so like we have a team coming from African, and there's also a team from the base of Mayaro. Also, those are 2 teams that never played in the normal fixtures of the TTFRU.
All right, so you see we are developing rugby throughout Trinidad and Tobago. We are using the means of the beach rugby tournament sponsored by DHL, and we are getting ready for the Rugorama, which is happening next weekend, which will be the official opening of our fixtures season. Welcome back. We are here at the DHL Beach Rugby Tournament in Mayaro. I am here with Emmanuel Joseph. We're about to start another game. As you can see, it's very exciting. Emmanuel, could you tell me which club you're playing for today?
Harvard.
All right, so you're a member of Harvard Rugby Club. How many teams have you entered here today?
2.
2 teams, so you're a pretty strong club to be able to have 2 teams entered in this tournament.
Yeah.
What are you foreseeing for the season this year?
Well, it should be a good season. Challenging. It should be a bit challenging.
Is this your first time out playing with the team this year?
Yeah.
All right, and how are you feeling about how the day is going so far?
Well, going good. Normal training. A bit intense, but I'm pulling through.
How does it feel playing on the sand?
Huh?
How does it feel playing on the sand?
Exhausted.
It's exhausting.
Yeah, it's right.
So you have to be real fit.
Yeah, not really. You gotta be smart.
All right, cool. So what are your plans for the rest of the day? Do you have more games left?
Well, this is our last game after I drink and lime.
All right, and how would you describe the vibe here today?
Pardon?
How would you describe the vibe here today?
It's nice, quiet, peaceful, rugby, live.
All right, that's awesome. Thank you very much. All right, we are here at the DHL Beach Rugby Tournament in Mayaro. We are looking forward to Rugorama Tournament, which takes place next weekend and is the official beginning of our TTRFU 2018 season. We are here at the DHL Beach Rugby Tournament in Mayaro. I am here with Richard Nolan, and he is one of the referees for this tournament. Mr. Nolan, can you comment on the quality of performance so far today?
Well, for what I've seen, we have a new team, which is Defence Force, which is playing very excellent. The women team is playing excellent rugby, and for Harvards, also they're playing some quite good rugby team. Within the men's division now, when we're looking at Rainbow, which is a very excellent team. We have the JDF, Harvard, Scarps, Exiles also are playing some real excellent rugby as youths and coming up.
All right, that's wonderful. So we're contributing to the development of rugby and spreading it throughout the country. Now, as I say that we're spreading rugby throughout Trinidad and Tobago, I must acknowledge that you are not from Trinidad and Tobago. Do you care to represent your country?
Oh, well, yeah, I'm from Jamaica as well. Yes, and I'm here representing Jamaica in the referee society, and it's a very good experience. So the referees can travel from Caribbean country, from North America to the Caribbean to experience different rugby and different culture, and it's really nice. It's great.
I feel like referees are underrepresented, underappreciated. Is the one person you can't play the game without.
It's a referee.
And I feel that a referee requires athleticism, training, discipline, the same as any athlete, and is also an athlete on the field. So what would you say to people who are interested in getting into refereeing?
In refereeing, it's just like a normal thing. You're a player, you'll get abused. Referee will get abused, same way. So it's the same thing, but you just have to keep your discipline and keep focusing on what you're doing. So don't let the players get you. Let them know that you're in charge of the game, and whatever you say goes. At the final thing, referee says it's final. That's it. But I'd encourage enough young players is coming up, because we even have a player, Staggy, who's from Caribs Club, a young referee is coming up, yeah, and the females them as well, yeah, so that's great.
So you would say that refereeing is definitely something that's worthwhile to get into?
Of course, it's most definitely, because the thing that you can interchange from Caribbean country to North America to referee, you can never know where you can go, right, even to the World Cup stage, and that's a very big stage, yeah? So I'd say, come on in, don't be shy.
All right, wonderful. So lots of opportunities. We always want to represent and be grateful and thank our referees, because without them, we couldn't put on our league, we wouldn't have our games, and we'd have a lot of crazy things going on. So thank you for all the work that you do here in Trinidad and Tobago.
Thank you very much, and it's
You're
a
welcome.
nice day and very fruitful. All right? Yes.
All right. Agbula Silverthorne, and he is the captain of the Rainbow Rugby team. Agbula, do you have any comments on the tournament today?
Yeah, it was a real good tournament, to be honest with you. We really enjoyed it. We come out here to really enjoy ourselves after yesterday's game, and really and truly enjoy it. And it was really about, not really about winning for we, but it was really about enjoying ourselves, to be honest with you, you know.
Well, we saw your performance yesterday in the game against USA South, and I commend you for being out here playing rugby again today. That just speaks to the fitness that you have and the diligence that you have in playing this sport.
Yeah, well, you know, we trying to really trying to build on our sense team, to be honest with you, but just come out here today, that's really a little fun, but with the sevens aspect of the game there that we'll be more focusing on. So, to be honest, yeah.
And we know that Rugorama is coming up next week. Do you have anything in particular looking forward to or hoping to see for that tournament?
No, well, we just really coming out to really enjoy the starting of the season. Like, you know, that's why I blow out, to be honest with you. But, you know, yeah.
All right, well, we'll be looking out for that blowout from Rainbow this year and for more great things from you.
All right, yeah.
Thank you. Panzer, the captain of Exiles Rugby Champions of the DHL Beach Rugby Tournament here in Mayaro. Jaron, do you have some comments about the game?
Well, basically I keep it short and sweet. I just put my faith in the boys and we come out here and have fun.
All right, now I know your team would have appreciated having you here with them today. I understand that you are going to be traveling shortly. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, it's always a great experience to go overseas and enhance your rugby game as a youth, develop new habits, experiment new things, and a taste of rugby on the outside. And it's always good to have these guys support, always in training, they always encourage me, go through and you could do more.
All right, well, congratulations on your win. We wish you all the best in your endeavors outside, and we look forward to welcoming you back when you return.
All right, thank you.